Hi there, it's Ferris Ranki, founder of Sheer Ghetto Consulting, with you once again for episode 6 of my vlog series, Startup Life in the Time of Corona. It's where I share the key learnings I've had from launching my very first startup, Sheer Ghetto Consulting, and how I'm using those learnings to help me navigate the difficult times we're all experiencing during this pandemic. Today, I'm going to be talking all about teaming and working alone. A really big topic and something that's actually impacted me quite a lot since creating my startup. Before I go on, I should probably get some branding in. Here's the famous cushion. But now back to the vlog. And what am I going to say about teaming and working alone? Having worked in large organisations most of my career, I just got very used to having a lot of people around, as I'm sure many of you are. It's great, right? You have people to talk to every day, bounce ideas off, celebrate the good times, and have support for those difficult times, which we all experience. Then, when you set up your own company, you basically go to a situation where you're alone most of the day. And that is such a shock to the system. Not only is it quite lonely, to be honest with you, but you begin to have a lot more self-doubt. Are you making the right decisions? And it really sort of feeds into a vicious circle which can ultimately impact your motivation. I've certainly found that with myself. It's amazing how much you can take for granted the coffees, the little chats, even the drinks on a Friday night. But in some ways, I guess, perfect preparation for the pandemic. When lockdown hit, I certainly was very used to spending lots of time on my own. But there are obviously downsides of the pandemic, and it kind of accentuates and amplifies all those feelings because you've also got other worries. You don't want to trouble people with your standard stuff. And the limited network that I had developed through clients, through others, suddenly get cut off. So you're slipping back that slippery slope of loneliness and working on your own. As I said at the start, this has been a particularly difficult challenge for me to overcome. But I've definitely found some workarounds which have made it a lot easier. And as is the point of these vlogs, I wanted to share those with you. As ever, it boils down to 3 things that really help for me. First is I don't beat myself up. Okay, I acknowledge just how challenging it is creating a startup, especially creating a startup on your own. So any times that I do recognise that I'm feeling lonely, I'm feeling my motivation is gone, I'm run out of ideas, I just ease up on myself. But number 2 is about how do I keep momentum, how do I make things a bit easier, and I really do that by breaking up things into smaller goals. I find this helps with my decision making, helps me come up with more ideas, and really gives me a sense of focus and motivation. Number 3 is recreating that network that I took for granted previously. So I use clients to go for coffees with, I meet other startup founders to bounce ideas off and have daily interactions with, and I use my own friends as my social aspect. Now, it all seems quite obvious, but it's really easy to forget when you go through massive change and you're struggling. So, that's what I've learnt about teaming and working alone from my first 6 months of running Sheer Ghetto. As with everything in this vlog series, I'm really keen to share, be honest, but particularly this one is these vlogs do help me with my own aspects of working alone and creating connections and making me feel like I have a virtual circle. So thank you very much for listening. I hope you found it interesting and useful. And I'll be writing a blog about it, so please check that out. Otherwise, join me next week where I'm going to be talking about your startup story and what I've discovered about that. As ever, it's been a real pleasure. Stay safe, stay sane, stay awesome. I'll see you next time.